Hey guys, what's up? It's Angelina and welcome or welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to test out some new blushes, and what actually inspired this video is I tried one of these blushes in my first impressions video and I was so pleasantly surprised and like really in love with the formula that I just wanted to do a wear test and like a try on for you guys, because lately when it comes to being sent launches and like full collections, I really have just been testing one color in that range, and then if I do like the product, then I end up keeping the rest of the shades and we can, talk about it, do a video about it. But I just find that it's less wasteful that way. If it's something I try and I'm not really into it and I have a ton more shades, then I'll just give them away, gift them to friends and family and stuff like that. But this formula was so good and just amazing when I tried it that I wanted to do a little try on for you guys. As you guys can see, my base is already done and I actually just filmed this video. It is me testing out the Eborian CC cream. So these are the Buxom Collagen Peptide Plump Shots. This is the shade that I tried in my try on, my first impression. It's in the shade Blissful Buff. This shade is so beautiful on my skin tone. It's the perfect everyday shade for me, but this is what inspired this video. And I did keep colors that I felt like I was actually going to wear. I did get sent a few other shades in this, but like I said, I just don't find the need to hold on to every single shade if I'm not going to be using it. I love this shade. I think that this shade is the perfect everyday shade for me. This is the shade Blissful Buff, and I really did go ahead and I really built this one up because on my skin tone, I feel like, honestly, I feel like if you're any deeper than me, this might have a hard time showing up. But if you are my skin tone or a bit lighter, I think that this would make for the perfect everyday blush. You would think that it's a cream, because it's a cream, that it would be super dewy and almost like, super shiny on the skin, which normally is what I love about a cream blush, but it's nice to have a variation, and I feel like this is almost like a cream to powder finish, and that's exactly what it goes like on the skin. At least feels like more of like a matte kind of mousse formula, and I feel like it looks so good on the skin because I felt like this formula is unique to my collection. It's not something that I already have. I have a lot of creams, I have a lot of powders, but I don't have something that's kind of like in between that goes on like a cream but looks like a powder, and I feel like that's why like I really like this. It's very almost blurring on the skin, and I feel like that's what I love about it. Now you want to make sure, like today I applied it with that brush, but normally I would go in with my fingertips just because I feel like if you apply it with a brush like that, it can look a little bit splotchy, and even though it's going on like a cream, it definitely does dry down. So right now I'm just going to kind of go over it with my brush just to make sure it's not super splotchy in certain areas. Okay, so I just went back in with the foundation just to, I like wiped it off and then put on some more foundation again in the cheek area, and now we're gonna try out some other shades. Okay, this shade I'm probably gonna use for my meeting because I have a meeting soon. I really want to try Berry Glam, so let's do that. I think this is gonna be the perfect shade for fall for me, and I think it's gonna be fun with this look because I have like nothing going on right now. This looks like it's gonna be amazing. I'm so excited about this, and I'm gonna do a different method. I'm gonna use my fingertips for this. It might be very pigmented. Oh my god, yes. And as you can see, like I said, it's very creamy, and you can see that this one is very like shiny in the pan, very melty almost. You tap it in and it kind of like dries down. It dries down to this almost like this matte kind of finish. Probably better going in with your fingertips so that way you're not over distributing product. And I do like to take it down the center of the nose just a little bit. And I have probably blush blindness, but I'm gonna pack it on a lot so that way we can see the shade, because we're testing out all these different shades on my skin tone and I want to make sure that we can actually see the shade. I kind of want to use this as my lip shade. I sharpened my lip liners. Oh wait, I think I have a smaller one in here. I have another one that I bought, but that's crazy. Very glam on the lips, just to see, just to kind of tie this in as well. And the thing is, like, I feel like with this formula, because it is so like creamy, but it also has like this shine to it in the pan, I feel like it makes it really nice for a lip color. So happy with this one because it looks amazing on the lips with a lip liner, but it also looks so good as a blush. I just reapplied my base, which is my Euphorean CC cream, and it might look a little splotchy because, you know, I'm like wiping it off, putting on blush, wiping it off, you know. So if it's looking a little splotchy, just know it's because of me having to do a try on. So we tested two. Let's get into a fun color. Let's do Coral Cheer. Now this is not a normal color that I would keep in my collection because for some reason I don't like coral blushes, even though a lot of people with my skin tone do. Again, I think this is a great color if you're into these shades. It's just not my personal preference, but who knows. I kept it because I want to get into more orange tone blushes. I feel like they look amazing on other people and I just don't like the way it looks on me. Also, let's see how this shade works on me because it looks like it has more of like a white base to it. So that's a little concerning because it might look ashy on me. Do you see what I mean? Like, it's a little bit too light, I think. Let me just use this. Yeah, not a fan of this one. I feel like this orange could have been more punchy because then it would have shown up on me. And I don't even have like a super duper deep skin tone, you know what I mean? So that's kind of concerning that this one is very white base and very kind of geared towards people with lighter skin tones. Not for me. You can tell when I put it on the lips, it's definitely getting like nude on me. I'm gonna go over it with my Bare Minerals Dewy Lip Gloss Balm in the shade Grateful. I tried this on the other day and it was honestly such a nice feeling lip balm. It's also like a deeper shade, but it's not super pigmented. That's what it looks like on the cheeks and on my lips. No, but that kind of looks really nice as a lip shade. So I went ahead and I did this one. This is in the shade Tickled Pink, which, you know, I have a ton of shades like this in my collection. And as you can see, it's definitely baby pink, but it doesn't have a super white base to it, which is why I think it works for my skin tone. That coral shade was just a little bit too ashy on me, and I feel like I normally don't really have that problem. So that might be a shade that I'm gonna have to rehome. But I'm actually loving this pink. I definitely think it's super cute. And I feel like this one you can kind of see it's like a little bit more glistening on the skin, which I feel like looks very pretty. And if you're wondering, I'm literally wiping it off my entire cheek area with this cloth. My cheeks are going to be red because they're naturally pretty red. Okay, I was using this for blush and now I'm using this for my base. So that way it's not mixing everything together. But basically this is essentially the same kind of brush. It's a kabuki style brush. This one is from Euphoria. So as you can see, like once I get in there with this product, for some reason this product is like pretty good at reapplying. Like I feel like if I would have done this with any other product, it would have looked super patchy. But I find that actually reapplying this one, like wiping it off and reapplying it, doesn't change much, and it's also not making it super like splotchy. So that's basically what I've been doing this entire video. I'm gonna also bring it down a little bit. I will say though, this color I believe oxidized just a tad, because when I first apply it, it looks fine, and then I could see down here it's like leaning towards being a little bit more warm toned. Let's go in with Cheeky Dolly. I really hope that this is like the color. So far, I liked all of them except for the coral one. Stop. This looks so much better than it does outside of the packaging. Oh my god. I will say though, I feel like these are melting pretty easily, like in the pan. Like this one is not straight in the pan. It's kind of like starting to run over the pan, which could be because I was storing them like up, and it's probably like way too hot in here because it's Florida. So I will say, be careful, these are pretty melty, however you're storing them. Okay, so this is a really nice deep mauve color. And then I'm going to wipe this off because I've been using this for my blush. Just kind of like wipe off the first layer of blush that's on here. Ooh, this is very pretty. And this is going to be the blush that I'm going to wear for the remainder of the day. This is definitely a me color. Like, this is something I would reach for. Then I'm going to use it on the lips. Definitely more of like a pale color on my lips. So that is it. That was the last blush that I had to swatch. And we swatched all 5 of these. Definitely let me know your favorites. My least favorite blush that I tried is the shade Coral Cheer. It pulls too ashy on me. It has a white base, so if you're my skin tone or deeper, this is not going to work on you. And if it does work on you, it's going to be a very natural looking blush. You know what I mean? You're not going to get a ton of pigment with this. I would say skip this. This is my least favorite. We're ranking in the opposite order, my least favorite to my favorite. So I would say my next least favorite is the shade Tickled Pink, not because of anything, I think this applied beautifully, but because I have a ton of shades like this in my collection and it's not very unique, and for that reason I think a lot of people have this kind of shade in their collection. We all know this bubblegum pink-esque kind of blush was super trendy earlier in the year and part of last year, so I'm sure you have something kind of like this. I would skip this. So this is my top 3, as you guys can see. I love these 3. I think that you could pick up any of these and I would recommend them, but I'm still going to rank them for you. I'm going to rank in 3rd place Cheeky Doll. I do really like this. It's really pretty, but it's very mauve, and I feel like for that reason, this is a color I naturally gravitate towards, so it's very consistent in my collection, and for that reason, for me, it's just not unique enough. I'm gonna rank this number 3. Actually gonna rank Blissful Buff, which is what started this video. I think this is definitely gonna be my go-to everyday shade. It's the perfect amount of nude. It's not leaning too pink. It's not leaning too peachy. I think this is a perfect nude shade, and this is just so beautiful. Definitely give it a go. My number 1 spot in the shade Berry Glam. I loved this. I thought that it was so perfect for every day and for the fall months. It's deep enough, you know what I mean? Like, it's very much berry, and I love the way that this looks on me, so this is gonna be number 1. That's it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I really wanted to do something different. I'm starting to do kind of more brand focused videos. You can go ahead and follow me on YouTube at ANGELINASERENAXO, and you can also follow me on TikTok and Instagram at ANGELINASERENAXO as well. I will go ahead and see you guys in the next video. Until then, I'll see you guys.